10.
Blam 9.
8. 7.
6 shots.
5.
Quattro.
We are the three. Amigos.
2 more mother humpers.
One ring to rule them all.
Let's rock!
And if you know what movie each of those clips are from, we can be friends. Yes, welcome to Brewing Film Live. And my special guest here, we got Levi Dillon of course, the Tremors Saga fame. All right, he runs the Tremors Saga Facebook page, which is a great page, and also, of course, the channel. So welcome.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
I killed
Hello.
Levi. Levi's post. I'm in here now. Burt Gummer's here to talk for your channel, baby. Let's go.
Oh, he's Burt Gummer. I thought he was supposed to be Reba McEntire.
Damn it, Burt! Didn't get penetration with the elephant gun.
And that's all she was worried about. Penetration, folks. Oh.
Talk about an innuendo.
Wow.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we're getting off to a spicy start here today. But we are talking about the infamous sequel, T2. Yes, that's right. Tremors 2.
That's what
Aftershocks.
No, Terminator 2. What's up, bitch?
Dun, 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 dun. All right. Well, Levi, just give yourself a quick introduction. All right. Just a 1 minute breakdown.
I'm Levi. I love Tremors. I run the Talking Tremors podcast. There we go. That's it. Next, moving on.
That was amazing. That was the fastest intro I've ever seen. Yeah. So yeah, we're going. Well, technically not back to. I guess back to perfection for the first 5 minutes, but after that, we leave for the oil fields of Mexico.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tremors 2 is an interesting movie, film, cinema masterpiece of my cinematic life. So yeah, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly go with our personal experience with this film. My best friend and I, so this came out in '96, so I was 11. My best friend and I were like insane Tremors fanatics. We absolutely loved, at the time, there was only one. We absolutely loved Tremors. And then we heard a sequel was coming out. And we're like, oh my God. And it was coming out the same week as my friend's birthday. And we're like, oh my God, your birthday party. That's what we're going to do. At first, we're like, we're going to see it at the theater. But then we realized it was a VHS release. And we're like, oh, that's even better. We can do the party at your house. And we watched it. And I don't know how else to describe this. I don't want to say we were snobs, but we were like, we're turning 11. We were at the age when you first start to notice a decline in quality compared to a theatrical release to a VHS release. Like even not necessarily like I know you love this film. Don't worry. You'll love me by the end of this. Story's not over yet. And we watched it, and I think already without knowing it, I already loved practical effects. Because I do remember seeing those first few shots of like CG effects when we got the Shriekers, and I just remember I just couldn't get my mind off that. I'm like, oh, that looks so fake. I don't like that, and I just dwelled on that. And I didn't hate the movie. There's nothing like that. Like I ended up buying the VHS myself and watching it again, right? Of course, but I definitely didn't love it like I loved the first one. So it ended up being like a 5.5 to maybe a 6 out of 10 for me.
You said 4. You said 4 in your original review.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got my original reviews. Yes.
And then you changed it. I did change it, and then it was like a 5.8.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
No. I changed it. I changed it upon reviewing it. I got watched it more times to a 6.4.
Oh.
making it just shy of a rounded 7. But after rewatching it again in prep for this review, I've now bumped that up to a 6.8. So now she is an official 7. 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Yes, and thank you, Coachy STI, this was his introduction to Tremors. My goodness. Well, you got to tell us more as the broadcast continues.
It was my introduction to Tremors too, actually. That's my story when it comes to that. So.
Really, eh?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if you're done, I'll take it. I'll take it and roll with it. But it was. So I always loved telling this story back when they had you could rent movies at the gas station. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah. Whoa, taking you back. And you could rent movies.
Beautiful time.
And not Redbox either. Not the fucking automatic machine, but like legit rentals. And
you had to talk to someone.
Yeah. My mom saw it and was like, "Oh, Kevin Bacon's in this. Like, let's take it and watch it." And then we went home, and she had clearly confused the first movie with the second one. There was no Kevin Bacon. So Mom kind of like zoned out, and so did Dad. But I was enthralled. This was like, I was like 5 or 6 when I saw this. I was like, "This is the greatest movie of all time. I want more of this." And this is amazing. And I actually didn't know that there was a first Tremors. I just thought it was like a funny, Tremors 2, the Aftershocks. Like it was, I didn't realize that it was a sequel because I was only 5 fucking years old. For another 10 years, and then I finally watched the regular Tremors. But Tremors 2 was how I got into Tremors, and so I'm with you, Coachy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because like so you were 5, 6 when you watched this one, so I was like the same age when I watched the first one. So like I was born 85, it came out 90, VHS in 91, right? Which is when I saw it, the original one. So yeah, I would have been like 6 years old. And of course, that was the one that I absolutely just fell in love with. And I found Kevin Bacon. I said, there he is. He's the first guy you see.
There's his penis. I can clearly see graboids. I'm zooming in. There's Kevin's graboids. Like wild things all over again.
There's his bacon.
I bought the 4K. I've seen it. In
hand. My God.
No, I'm kidding.
4K.
I haven't enhanced that much. I'll admit. Like.
I'll tell you this: a lot of celebrities, they hate high definition, like 4K and stuff, because it shows all their imperfections in perfect clarity. It's like, there you go. You're human like all of us.
Which I have to say, like that's what I got the 4K for Tremors 1 and 2, and man, talk about Arrow just kicks ass with those remasters. Like they're fucking beautiful pieces of film.
Oh, I gotta get those because I'm still surviving off my attack pack.
Oh, I got hey! I got mine too, baby. Fuck yeah!
Yeah, there you are. The Tremors attack pack. That's the Tremors 1 to 4. Which is the true Tremors in my heart.
It is. I tell people all the time that like if you're gonna buy Tremors, buy the attack pack, and then buy the show on top of it, so that at least you've got like the things that you really need. But other than that,
and actually, but before we really get into it, I just want to say I agree for Levi because the fourth one's actually his favorite, and I rewatched it for the first time since the first time I watched it when it came out, and I absolutely loved it this time around. That is a great movie. That's now my second favorite. So my official list is first, then the fourth, then the second, which are all good movies. The third one is I'll watch it just because it's there. That's maybe how I'll describe it.
It's got it's got a lot of production issues and hands behind back, and they had like compared to everything else having like a 2 to 3 month shoot, that one had like 22 days to shoot as a movie. So I was gonna say 22 hours. It looks like at times. Not much. Like it's one of those like, oh, I do. It's like 3. I don't know. I try to give it as much love as I can, but it just. Whew. And you know what? You'd think that Ass Blaster would be my problem. I love Ass Blasters. I think that's a great name. It's funny, fucking hilarious. there's just some like, oof, just a movie. It needed some time to bake bacon. Sorry.
Yeah, especially when compared to like the other three in the attack pack, it doesn't it doesn't have the gravitas that the others have.
No.
I guess let's see. We got Chris Andro here. If you like Tremors, you got the absolute best guest in the world to have. Yes. I just subscribed. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoy my most recent review, which was for Battle Truck. You got to check that one out.
Oh yeah. Chris is from the Horrific podcast. Him and Colin and a whole bunch of other people review horror movies, and they're
cool. I got a couple horror film stuff on my channel. I'm largely sci-fi, but of course there's always a crossover there, right? And action and some comedy. All right, well let's do the official opening. All right, are you ready? Here we go.
All
right, there we are.
That's just fucking. It happened.
Yes, and yes. It happened again. Oh my god.
Booshka. Oh, I love those. Those are always my favorite. Just like, what's it gonna be this time? Oh man.
I love always preparing those for every show.
Yeah, those are good.
Yes. So yeah, that's that pretty much will sum up my review of Tremors 2. Essentially, as I said, every time I watch it, it grows on me. The low point for this film for me is always and still is the character of Grady. I know, Levi, I'm sorry, but even he has grown on me more since the first time I watched it. So he doesn't bother me as much as he used to. There's still a couple sequences I really don't like, but I can tolerate him now. And it's good. It's good, and I still wish that Kevin Bacon could have been part of this production. I think his presence and Reba McEntire would have brought it up a level. It would have given it a theatrical release and a bigger budget, and it would have been filmed in Australia, which is interesting if that were to have happened. But Kevin Bacon, instead, he went on to do Apollo 13, which is also a fantastic film. So I'm not going to hate on him for that. Yeah.
That's Academy Award-winning movie about giant worms that turn into dinosaur chickens.
Which one is better for his career at that time? At that time and space. Hi-yo.
No, I don't hate him either. But that's always one, knowing now that Kevin wants back stuff, I can imagine that's just, and now that Fred Ward has died, like that's probably just one of his like lifelong regrets of just like, oh man, if I had done Tremors 2, what would
the timing just would have been better too, right? And
like that's and it's his fault too. They went out to New York and they asked him, and he was literally like, why would I do a sequel to a movie that bombed? And well, fuck you, Kevin. Actually, hold on. I gotta say, which if you want to know more about Tremors than I do, read this book.
He does. He does say now, in retrospect, it was some of the most fun he's ever had on a
yeah,
film set.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love this line from his kid though. So when Kevin Bacon, when my son was 8, I let him see Tremors because at that age he could appreciate it. When I spoke to him on the phone, I asked, Travis, did you see Tremors? And he said, yeah, I saw it, Dad. Have you seen Tremors 2? It's really great. I said, son, I'm not in Tremors 2. And he said, no, but it's cool. So he's like, yeah, your son was right. Travis was right on this, Mr. Bacon. Like, you weren't in it, but it was cool.
That's so awesome. I love it. His son became a legit Tremors fan. How can you not, though? How can you not, folks? Come on. This movie is beautiful.
And that's go ahead.
Which brings us to our Japanese word of the day. And Levi, I'm sorry, but there is some learning to do. There's some learning when you're on my channel, okay?
I got my pen. Let's go.
All right. So today's Japanese word of the day. Get your pens out, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a note. So that is kaibutsu. Kaibutsu, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, here we are. So please say it with me. Kaibutsu. One more time. Kaibutsu.
Butsu!
There we go. Yes. So that is a monster in Japanese. And today we are talking about monsters. Yes, very important.
It's a good one. I like that.
Yes.
Not that
Actually,
those monsters don't exist in any Tremors movie.
I know. Yeah, these ones are interesting because there's the cover of the original, and people are like, "What is that monster?" And then you realize that it's actually the tentacles head, just really zoomed in.
Yep.
And then, but this one, no, these ones don't exist anywhere. You know what these look like? These look like the Langoliers.
Yeah, I fucking know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, they do.
Yeah, these look like the Langoliers, which was a made-for-TV Stephen King adaptation.
Whew. Talk about some dodgy CGI. Whew.
Oh yeah, that makes this CGI look like freaking Jurassic Park.
Oh my god! But these things, right? And like I said, this is my first Tremors movie. I have been waiting for these things to appear forever because, the guest covers, that's how you introduce to a movie. So I'm like, where are these things? Where the fucking 30 years later, still haven't seen them.
You're still sitting in the same spot, waiting for them to appear on TV.
One day, if I ever make a real theatrical Tremors movie, those things will be in it. I don't know how, but some way.
All right. Well, here's unfortunately I couldn't find a Japanese poster online for the second film, but this is Tremors for the first film. So Tremors.
Yeah. Well, and I have to say, you being Japanese, the reason that Tremors is called Tremors is because of the Japanese. So it was originally called Beneath Perfection, but Universal wanted to sell the movie better in Japan, and apparently earthquakes were a big deal in Japan at the time. So they're like, let's call it Tremors.
They're always a big deal in Japan. I'm going to tell you this right now. Earthquakes never go out of style here, baby.
Maybe that's why so many Japanese people love Tremors. I don't know. I've seen the hentai of graboids, and I can't say that's all American speaking it.
Oh, my God. I've unfortunately seen some questionable stuff on the internet. Can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? They got questionable stuff on the internet. What's next, huh? So yeah, Tremors. Yeah, there are some of my teachers I work with, my Japanese coworkers. They do know the movie Tremors. So whenever that happens, we can be friends.
Yeah,
so that's it. If you want to be friends with me, I'm going to tell you right now, you can span the political spectrum from as hard left to as hard right as you want. You can be a billionaire or a penniless. Doesn't matter as long as you like Tremors. I'm like, hey, you know what? We're buddies now.
That's actually one of the things I love about Tremors and the Tremors fandom is that while you may have extremes on either end, like the entire concept, and like that's in the first movie itself. I look at Val. We can say Val is on the left, and then Burt Gummer's on the right. But you need people to, save the day, kind of a thing. Like it is all of the like people coming together. Like it doesn't matter your beliefs. Like you come. Tremors 4, actually, that's like a huge one. Like fucking Dandy Burt, and then the town, like these separate people and ideas coming together, putting it all.
Yeah. Tremors isn't like, what I love about it is like for the movie, especially like the first and fourth, it's not just that the cast is like it's diverse and diversity, but it's like in like ethnicity or whatnot. It's diverse in thought and belief, and that's something that's missing in so many movies. I love that. I'm like, it's these people that are such opposites. Like you got like Rhonda, who's like the in the first one, who's like the scholarly university student. You got Burt, who's like the obviously the right wing gun nut and stuff. But instead of fighting each other and working against each other, they complement each other and they save each other. And I love that. And I'm like, that's so.
And they'll make jokes at each other. Like I always love, like, oh, you'll have a heart attack before you die of World War III. But then when he's graboid, they're like, well, I guess we can't make fun of Bert's lifestyle anymore.
I love that line. Yeah, I love that. Like, it's so great.
And honestly, 4 too. There's a great moment in 4 where Tacopa like is giving exposition about like, yeah, my ancestors talk about the spirit beasts and like they live in the mountains, and everybody just looks at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, you're literally dealing with this right now, and yet you think it's crazy. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I love that because like to him, like everyone else is newcomers, right? They got the
My favorite line in number 4 is we were the losers at the Alamo. Speak for yourself, Green. And then he looks right at the camera.
I love that. Yeah. Oh man, I was thinking about maybe I'll tell you later, but there was a really spicy approach to reviewing number 4. I think about doing a review that I was thinking about doing. You know what? Maybe I'll say it here right now. I was thinking about doing a spicy approach to reviewing number 4, where I'm doing it from the point of like kind of like a contemporary super hard left person and a contemporary super hard right person. And I was gonna do it where like the hard right person hates it because of like the what they see as forced diversity and talking down to Burt Gummer, but then the hard left's gonna hate it because Burt Gummer's a white savior.
Oh my god! Yeah. I'm in. Man.
And then I'm gonna end up being like, they both hate it. I love it. It's just like.
Right here in the middle, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. It takes so I do it like mathematically. Like, hey, they cancel each other out. 2 negatives become a positive. This movie rocks.
I'll watch it. You know me, man. I'll be day one of that shit. If it's Tremors, let's go.
Just a little tongue in cheek, having fun with everybody, type of thing.
No, actually, I love what you said. I've been talking with people more about like, I don't believe in horoscopes or anything like that, but I think what movies you like say a lot more about your personality than anything else. And I think that's your like, what's your favorite genre of movie? I feel like, hey, connect with another person on that and you'll meet so much more than any kind of beliefs or anything like that. Like that's where, And Chris is right. Sorry.
Yes. And I always want people to know that, yes, I love making jokes and I punch in every direction. But the reason why I do that is because everyone's welcome here. Everyone's welcome on this channel. Yeah. And I want everyone to find something that they can have fun with. That's kind of my philosophy.
That's why I love the Tremor Saga's Facebook group, is because it's the any and all. Like, I don't, hey man,
yes.
Like, you want to be right? You want to be left? You want to be in the middle? I don't give a shit. You talk about Tremors? Fuck yeah. I mean, that's all that
we're in.
We're in. It don't matter.
Movies weren't diverse, and there was no strong female leads ever. Period.
Don't you know Jennifer Lawrence was the first female heroine in an action movie?
Oh my god! That when she said that was like one of the funniest like rewrites of history I ever heard for someone trying to fluff their own ego. It's like, oh no, No.
Hunger Games. I do. I really like the Hunger Games. There's a movie, the series.
Oh yeah, no, like it didn't change my feeling for the movie at all, and stuff like that. But and if you go on my channel, there is a video I made about that. I called it.
Well, I'll look and comment on that. That's good. That was so like, oh my god, that's like Linda Hamilton and Sigourney Weaver erasure, and I will not stand for this.
Yes. It's called. Look it up. It's called Filmnesia.
Okay. Write it down.
And it's the new product for filmmakers and actors and actresses that want to break already broken glass ceilings.
Oh my god. I love your commercials, by the way. Like, they are always fucking fantastic. You are an excellent comedian. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show. I just wanted everyone who's listening to know that, like, no, seriously, Ian, you have great timing, and I love your use of props. And, like, you are absolutely spectacular, man.
Thank you. And I got some more coming up. I'm working on like 3, 4, 5 of them right now. I got a good Terminator one. I always got lots of Terminator ones. I'll say right now, my cornerstone to like my channel, I've realized is the 2 T's. I do a lot of Terminator, a lot of Tremors content seems to come up with guest appearances from the Aliens franchise and like a few other sci-fi shows.
And hey, Gail Ann Hurd's going to be on my show sooner or later here, so now you'll really get some over.
Man, I can't. If timing works out and if it's okay, would I ever be able to, maybe guest star on that a little bit?
Oh, dude! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Like, please, like it literally. I will work with anyone on it. I love people being on the show. I don't fucking give a shit. Like, it's, hey, do you love Tremors? You're on the show. So yeah,
awesome.
Yes, Ian. Fuck yes. When do you want to be on? Let's pencil it in.
We'll pencil it in.
It's my birthday.
Sounds good.
But I'm not doing shit. So what do you want? When do you want to go? When do you want to go, baby?
Well, we'll talk about that after the show.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So here we are. Tremors 2 Aftershocks. 1996 horror. It should say horror sci-fi comedy on there. And it is an hour and 40 minutes, which is the perfect runtime. It gets in, you got enough time to develop, enough time for some good set pieces, and it's out before it overstays its welcome. That's one thing that bothers me a lot about contemporary films is just how long they get now. Some warrant that. I'm not going to say, that they can't have long films, but there's a lot of movies that do overstay their welcome now, even when I like them. But this movie, perfect runtime, hour 40 minutes.
I feel for a comedy is that one that like 90 minutes. That's your bread and butter for that in and out.
I like that. If Sylvester Stallone came out as trans, would that retroactively make him first female action hero? This is just saying for Jennifer Lawrence.
No, as a trans person, I'm going to say no, because while his pronouns would be him, and he at that time, then afterwards it would change to that. So
it
no.
doesn't.
No.
Okay, so you're on the team, which I like, is that it doesn't change what came before.
Nope. No.
Okay.
Unless he's got a time
Okay.
machine. Like, he's not.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm glad we agree on that, because there's some people that say that it should. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
No. Well, and it's one of those things that let's use the Ellen Page, Elliot Page. When they made Juno, they were Ellen Page, and now they are Elliot Page.
Yeah, because they went back and started changing her credits on that, and I'm like, you don't do that.
I feel like even she would be, or they. Sorry, I'm always trying to use they more. They would be like that, where it's like, no, I did Inception as Ellen Page, and I did Juno as Ellen Page. I did Teeth as Ellen Page.
Well, actually, the best role is being Canadian was Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh.
And for me,
I love that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you're gonna roll call this, you're not gonna leave out Trailer Park Boys. I'm sorry. That's her first role. There.
That's the first legitimate on-screen role too. So.
Yeah. And it's also one of the best things to ever come out of Canada. Well, besides me.
He's fucking funky, man. Come on, you're talking about the Shriekers? And there's fucking shriekers all over the place. I just want to pet my kitty.
Bubbles. Calm down, Bubbles. Okay, don't worry.
I was just doing fucking. Where's Earl? Where's Kevin Bacon? Sorry.
Bubbles, listen. Lee's gonna hear you, okay? Lee's gonna hear you, and it's gonna ruin the whole plan. All right? We've been over this, okay?
Fucking Randy's all fucky. Sorry. 30 minutes in, and we have barely talked about Tremors.
I know. We haven't talked about the show. We've gone all over. We've covered all our bases. So nobody hates us. This is great.
You gotta rein me in, because you know me. Yeah. I'll go for 4 fucking hours. You gotta box me, man.
Or I'm gonna say, in the 1990s, we covered all our bases, so everyone likes us. And nowadays, we've covered all our bases, so everyone hates us.
I prefer people to hate me, so I know what baseline I'm at, and then I don't hate anybody. Everybody hates.
I still love them. I'm like, I'm not a hater. I don't hate nobody.
No, I need to hate. Bring it. So,
we hunt them worms. So yeah.
1966 Tremors. What can we say about it?
It was 96, but I heard that it was filmed in
94.
In 94, yes, and that surprised me because it's like, oh, that's like an early 94 too, which I'll get on because that bugs me, and this is a weird pet peeve.
Ooh, it's like your weather. I love your pet peeve.
Okay, it's associated with weather. Is when you watch the first Tremors, it's so dry and dusty, and to me that's the desert feel. And then this one, it's still in the grasslands of the desert, but they filmed it during the green season in the desert. And I'm like, that aesthetic just doesn't work with Tremors for me. I'm like, no, it's gotta be dry, like real dry and dusty and like parched looking. You gotta film Tremors in August, September, October. And it's like grasslands are dry.
Actually wanted to do that. Like they went down there to location scout for that, and it was all like dry and dusty. And then they came back expecting it to be that, and then it had rained a whole bunch, and so everything was incredibly green.
No, a lot of my family lives in, as I told you before, in British Columbia. We have sagebrush country that looks a lot like the Nevada and stuff.
Yeah,
and springtime from April to like the end of June is lush and green. Everything green and flowers is beautiful, but it's in July when it really dries out that you get the classic sage desert look, right, where everything's brown and crispy, and and to me that's Tremor season is when it.
Although I must say, I always got to give Tremors 2 the credit for this, that it went to Mexico and it didn't use that fucking sepia filter.
It didn't, yeah.
It's not yellow, it's blue. It's a regular film.
But they used the music. They pretty much did the hat dance music when they crossed the border, which I love.
That's a great.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so great.
I would give. I know everything that they did right and wrong and beautiful and perfect. And apparently there was cows. Cows were eating everything. Somebody brought their dog on set.
The cows. The above ground Tremors, those vicious bastards. Yeah, it's it's interesting. Looking at just how little stuff like that aesthetics affect like a production in the feel, and it's interesting. Like stuff people don't think about is like the seasonality of the grasslands. Right, you're gonna film, and they don't bother to think about, springtime. It's going to be green, right? That's why they got to hire me, because I'm a weather and biogeographical nut.
It made me hyper aware of it now. Like I made my, and I was seeing it in the edit, and I was like, I'll deal with this. But then you started talking about it. I'm like, fuck, it's got to be perfect. Weather's got to be perfect. Perfect.
The weather matching itself is better in this film. There's very little transitions where they go from cloud to sunshine and sunshine back to cloud. Yeah.
It's always hilarious watching the behind the scenes for the first one, because it'll go from like snowing all day, and then fucking melting like hot outside. Like the climate in Lone Pine was fucking insane.
You'll see like there's a few shots in the first one, especially when they're around the tower, and when they're looking up at the transmission tower, and you'll see very low down on the mountain line is snow, and you can actually see the snow falling like some vertigo in the air, not too far away from them. Yeah, so it's pretty. Yeah, so don't get me started on that.
They filmed that in June too, so that was like June, July. They filmed that. It's snowing.
Those high mountain desert country
It's weird.
It could go from blazing hot to a snow flurry like you wouldn't believe. I believe in Denver, only like 4 or 5 years ago in September, it was like September 21st or something, and their last day of summer was like literally 100 degrees, 38 Celsius. The next day they got 20 inches of snow, and it's their first day of fall. And it could be nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you never know what's gonna fall from above or get you from below. Haha, segue back into Tremors 2 Aftershocks. And this time it was actually directed by S.S. Wilson, who is essentially the creator of Tremors. I kind of came up with the concept. S.S. Wilson I believe he only really directed 2 movies. Well, there's another one too, but the 2 that matter, which is Tremors 2 and Tremors 4, which is what he directed. Nice.
This is my outfit. This is what Steve looks like with the hat. Now, listen, Ian, I need to tell you that I did second directing on Tremors 1, actually. And then, Ron Underwood had to back out, and I did Tremors 2 because I said, fuck it. Why not, baby?
Hey, it is his baby. And what's interesting, S.S. Wilson he also writes, I believe, Tremors 1, 2, 4, all of them? 3 as well?
Show. Everything.
Okay. And because I'm pretty sure he didn't direct 3 though. Was it?
Brett Maddock. That was the other writer. So your 2 main writers are Steve S.S. Wilson and then Brett Maddock, and that's your like main 2 guys. And then it's Ron Underwood and Nancy Roberts, and they form the company that is Stampede Entertainment.
Entertainment, who might buy the rights back, you're saying, right?
It's not a might, and it's not about buying the rights back. There's just a whole lawyery copyright process, and literally right now, the last email I had with Steve was him saying that Mark's working on it, and they're basically assessing the financial viability of things.
All right. Well, fingers crossed. I would love, and I want to talk to them, and I want to give them my idea of Tremors in Vegas.
People like Graboid, baby. Oh man, yes. I'm telling that people all the time. They're like, Tremors in New York City, and it's got to go in a big city like New York. And I'm like, Vegas.
No, it's Vegas, baby.
Right there. It's fucking right.
It's in the desert. It makes sense. Yeah, there's got to be like some sort of. Oh, all right. I'm patenting this idea. They are blasting for a new dam. So they're building a new dam, and that's what breaches the hard rock barrier. Get it, hard rock between. Oh wait, get the pen out of your hand, smack it out. That's what breaches the hard rock barrier between the valley and their ability to make it to the greater, wider area down to Vegas. Ooh. Oh yeah, and then we get a little hard rock nod, a little inside joke there. Oh baby. Yeah, the juices are flowing now. I tell you.
I write it to talk about it later, not to idea. Like,
awesome.
My own idea. Right. And fucking hey, man, come on.
All right, and
what do you think this is? You think I need this thing?
No. You got your thing going on. You need Tremors on Mars first. That one, I will say, I'll green light that one only if Arnold Schwarzenegger is involved. Get your ass to Mars. Get your graboid to Mars. Get your graboid to Mars.
We have to get the graboids. The graboids are coming. Come. It's a shrieker.
Oh man.
Aftershocks.
Yeah. So back to Aftershocks, everyone. All right. So yeah, we got. Well, I just want to say interesting about S.S. Wilson is he also helped write one of my childhood favorites, which was, and you're gonna probably say Short Circuit, but it's Batteries Not Included.
Oh yes!
I
Oh.
love Batteries Not Included. I love Batteries Not Included. It is wonderful.
Ooh, that one makes me cry every time I get to. Oh man.
So how about that? So yeah, S.S. Wilson. He is Batteries Not Included, Short Circuit, and the Tremors franchise. And
I got
that is
you love your Spielberg. That Batteries Not Included is how they got together. Like Steven Spielberg and the Stampede guys. That's their movie. And then Steven and them like work together on stuff like moving forward. But yeah, ooh.
It all makes sense. It all comes together now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So back to Tremors 2 Aftershocks. So it starts. We got a budget of $4 million, and I actually think they use that money pretty well. Actually, when you look at the production quality, it's actually got an incredibly limited cast for a movie its size.
8. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 8 people, and there's no extras, not a single extra in the whole film, which works well for a Tremors franchise. Yeah, so very, very Tremors-like, very limited cast. No, Tremors 4 has extras in the town when he goes to,
And then the other minor guys that get eaten.
Oh yeah, minors at the beginning, yeah.
Yep.
So
and
Tremors 4 is a huge cast compared to this one.
Yeah.
And I love that the oil worker, I love that his pick on IMDb is his death shot for this film. So so that's essentially opening the film. You got an oil worker climbing around on the pipes. It's a pretty good opening. The one thing that I say a little bit is you can it's kind of sad because you can feel the budget a little bit there is when they're doing like the Tremor under the ground feeling. Yeah. You can tell it doesn't have the weight and the size and the girth of like the first film because it is just someone dragging something under the sand.
Yeah,
just a little wave. It looks more like if you ever seen Screamers, 1995. Yeah, it looks more like a Screamers under the ground, which I've also done a review for. Hint, hint. Check that out. And but his death scene is great. That's classic Tremors. They got the full prop up, and I love that. It looks good to get it right off the bat because we know what the Tremors are at this point, so we don't need to tiptoe around that.
Graboids are. They're not.
The graboids are. Yes. I'm sorry. It's just that what I always call them Tremors because again I grew up on the first, so it's like Tremors were Tremors. Yeah. So we got the graboids and good beauty introduction shot of the graboid, very nice. Then we go straight into Earl with his ostrich family, and yes, there we go, Earl's Ranch, baby. All right, and yeah, it's which is a good fun introduction. I like it. It's Tremors humor. This movie still gets the humor right, and so does the fourth, which I love about Tremors is the humor. Yeah, it's tongue in cheek, but it's witty. But you still take the threat seriously. They walk the line perfectly, which is what I love.
Earl has that great line when they ask him like, "Hey, you want to do that?" And then to even like do the exposition of why Kevin Bacon's not there, and he's like, "Yeah, well, Val married a good woman. Why would he want to die?" It's just like, like this is serious. This isn't just like, oh, we're gonna go like hunt some worms and it's a fun. And even actually Fred Ward, I think, is one of like the finest actors in the whole series.
I love him.
When they tell him like, oh, there's certain certain things, and he just pulls that.
Yeah.
Like it is like.
And he's got one eye that's like is a little crap.
I can't do the eye like. You can watch it like he starts doing one of these where he's just like getting up
he's checking the ground a little bit around him. I love that.
They could be anywhere. Fuck, I'm gonna go with my trailer. I'm out.
I also love how it is a good way. It was a good exposition. It was good like to explain why Val's not there, but also rising the tension and like moving the story along. So it works on several fronts, which is good writing. That's what good writing does. Is you move the story along, you do exposition. It's fun or it's interesting, right? You don't stop the movie dead for exposition, So yeah, it's definitely well written script, and I do just love picturing Val. I just love picturing them married, and they're just like, I just picture them like on some island sipping like margaritas or something, just having a good time. The phone rings, and it's like, hello, graboids. Nope, just hangs it up.
I'm good. I gotta. Hey, man, Rhonda's pretty good in bed, and we're gonna go make some Tremors of our own. Peace.
Yep.
Bye.
I was gonna say, yeah, we got our own to wrangle around here now. So, yeah.
No, and I have to say that you got to think about it, that the script was written twice. So this movie got like commissioned in 1993, and it was originally going to be a TV show with Val and Earl out hunting monsters. And then once Kevin Bacon wasn't in, then they rewrote it. But there is a whole script of it, like all the way done, that I've actually done as a script read on my channel, and you can tell. It's finale. Well, and if you love Val and Earl back and forth, like they have such great. I love their banter.
Well, I could guess that a lot of that went to Grady, but not all of it, of course.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Is like some of it did, but there's definitely this thing where you can sense that like once they had to rewrite it, they went like, well, okay, but like let's like examine ourselves a little bit. And I think that's where Tremors is best as a meta exploration. It's really like shoving it up its own ass a little bit to be like, why are we doing this? Like, why go out here in the first place? There's a lot more thought into it than you think for just a fucking worm movie. And yes, this
Welcome,
movie,
Jacob Ironside. Yeah, yes, it is underrated. I will say it's officially under my rating. It got a 6.4, and I give it a 6.8 now. So now, for even me, it's officially underrated.
The reason I know Ian. And I don't know, it was years ago, but I found his review somewhere of Tremors 2, and I was like, look, I think you're funny. You know, this was well done. You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong, however, about this. So I'm glad
we're adults. We can disagree and still be friends.
Yes. you like Tremors, so we'll call it squaresies on that.
Yes.
Okay.
And Chris Andor says, I've always loved how Tremors names the creatures. Yes, graboids, ass blasters. As if we did that in real life. Dogs would be bark slobbers, and cats would be purr scratchers. Well, we do. We do have trash pandas. We got trash pandas. So.
Like Spark slobbers is good. That's a good one.
Spark slobbers, yeah. Yeah, ass sniffers.
It's a weird name. I'll give it that. But then I'm trying to move the action forward here.
Yeah.
Then we look at some porn. We look at a little bit of porn in a trailer, and then we move to Mexico.
Yeah, and then you know, and I can say porn in a trailer. That is something us men do.
Yep.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Nope.
Nope.
I think it's just put it right up there in the trailer and just be like, okay, man, cool. Usually, like that's like a bedroom thing, but it's your prized possession.
Although these days I love it because like obviously Earl's supposed to be, he's made bad financial decisions. He's supposed to be broke, but these days in 2024, I look at that, it's like, wow, he has land in a trailer. Oh, that's amazing.
He's working for himself. He's self-employed. Damn, this is life,
and
bro.
he can afford property. Oh my god.
Excuse me. And I got no. Okay,
that's a bad idea for a sequel. Yes.
And
I know, eh?
I'm gonna call Ian out on this because now we're transitioning, and specifically in Ian's first review of this. He's like, oh man, they family friendly'd it, and then that should have been not a soda, a beer. When
should have been a beer. I'm still thinking it should have been a beer.
No, you don't drink and drive. We gotta set an example. We don't drink and drive.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I just discovered how to work around this. So set it up. People haven't seen it. They're driving in the truck and they got one soda left, and they do rock paper scissors. because we're introduced to Grady, and Grady's like the new sidekick for Earl. He loves Tremors and he loves graboids and stuff. And for me personally, I find Grady goes a little too much on the camp side. Like he hams it up too much for my personal comedic flavor. But I can also see how people like him. But they're in the truck, and he says there's one last soda, and Earl wins. Rock, paper, scissors, takes the soda, right? So my original idea is that it should have been beer. And Jacob Iverside says it should have been whiskey. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh my goodness. But here's maybe how it should have played. Maybe they should have showed a shot in the back, and maybe it's full of beer. Maybe it's full of beer, and there's only one soda. But maybe it's just the fact that Grady wants the soda, that Earl is like, I want the soda, but you got the beer. Yeah, but I want a soda now. And then, what's my soda? Rock, paper, scissors. How would that have been?
Okay, that's actually not bad. I like that. That's still,
yeah.
I give you that. Little subtle in there. A
little subtle power play on the characters, right? So there we go. That would have worked.
You're driving from Nevada to Mexico. You don't want to be too drunk, man, because then you're going to be falling asleep.
Oh. This was also one of my weird nitpicks I was going to bring up about that I noticed in movies, and there's a few others like this, is they're driving all the way from Nevada to Mexico, which is still like a good 400, 500 like kilometer drive. And I'm thinking, they're on side roads the whole time. I'm like, we needed a shot of them on the interstate. Because you're definitely taking the interstate for a bit of that trip.
Just a couple of 65, 70 mile per hour jaunts, like not this 50.
Like you should have started with them leaving the ranch, a shot on the interstate, and then maybe a shot on the smaller road. Yeah, that's how you go.
$4 million for this, Ian.
I know.
Okay.
Hey, they don't toll the interstate. It's not like Japan here where every highway's tolled. You can film that. Man, even when I was a kid back in Vancouver, I drove on the highway for free and had my friends in the car in front with the camera.
That would work too, because you got to get there in the first place. So you're like, all right, we're gonna do some pickup shots of the interstate. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right. So now they're in Mexico, and this is when we meet our cannon fodder. I mean the Mexican cast. But true, like they're out of the movie so fast. You have Senor Ortega. He survives because he leaves.
Yeah,
he's like the owner. He's out of there. He's out of town, so he's gone. Pedro's gone pretty quick. You see him like briefly in 2 scenes.
Right.
And then there's Julio, who I like. I liked Julio, who surprisingly doesn't have a picture on his IMDb page. Neither is SS Wilson for, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And then unfortunately, I was sad when Julio died. It's like, I kind of wish they kept him around for longer.
I know. That's one of the best death scenes in the whole.
It is. It is one of the best death scenes. Like, that's a sign of good writing. Is when you're a little sad when the character dies. You're like, oh dang, I liked him. Yeah. Yep. So,
although admittedly, this is the most racist Tremors movie, completely on accident, because only Mexican people die.
Yes, only Mexicans die. Yes. Don't worry. It's yeah, but still a great movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't say it was on purpose.
Oh no. Again, this is one of those things where an asshole could read too much into it and like get mad over it. Where it's like, no, come on, this was totally like actually they don't all die because again, Senor Ortega, he's out. He survives.
And all the whiteys live, okay? All the whiteys coming in here into the Mexico, telling us what to do.
And
we're about to nope, just kidding. Roll. I'm gonna say,
Senor,
stop me.
And I tell you that Senor Ortega, he was one of them pretty white Mexicans.
Hey, he had money, okay? Like De Niro.
There we go. There's the difference. The only reason why Fred Ward The only reason why Earl and Grady lived is because they got money by the end.
Ooh.
If they stayed poor, they would have been dead.
Just
I thought, and come on, nothing's killing Burt Gummer. We know that. I thought Burt Gummer steals the movie. Well, Michael Gross steals everything he's in. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, definitely for me too. When he showed up, it definitely got better. I thought, I do feel like it's his. I don't know how to say this because like he's awesome in everything, but relatively, I do find his performance to be a little hammier than the first one. So a little weaker. It's a little hammier than the first one. It's still good, still great. And his performance in the fourth one is beautiful. Like it's my favorite in the franchise. I love his performance in the fourth. It's so awesome. He's on game there. Yeah.
He's so good.
And yes, he definitely carries the franchise. There's no doubt about that. And Justin Dawson, hello. Thanks for being here. I would have liked to seen the scene where Burt gives his weapons order to the Mexican. Yes, that would have been a cool scene. Yeah. I just want to see him like at the desk. Yes, and there's like a pencil pusher at the desk there, and he comes up with like, and just starts like kind of like almost like the Terminator in like Terminator 1 when he goes to the gun store where he's like, do you got this? Do you got this? Do you got this? Do you got this? I need this and this. And he can even do like a drum roll like sound effect as it's going through. And then the guy just looks at him and says, "Can I see your paper?" He slaps the paper down and he's like, "Now get me my stuff."
Oh my god. Now I'm just imagining that. Like that would be it would ruin the pacing of the film, I think.
It would ruin the pacing because it's this
show up, but damn, that
surprise
would
of him showing up. Yeah, yeah. Or these days, it could have been like almost like an after credit sequence. Like almost like a gag just to show it afterwards. Yeah.
Or even one of those like he has to go back and like they were probably
reload.
Like they were expecting him to like return the stuff and they're like, so
yes.
where is he? He's like, so about that.
Yeah. Can I have some more?
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Wasn't my fault. Boom!
I was rooting for Grady to die at the end. Yeah. You know what? I know you guys will hate me for this, but I actually would have liked, if I had to choose, I would like Julio to survive and maybe Grady got it.
Cool. It's fine.
But
it's okay.
But you, yeah. No. I'm sorry.
No, this is a good moment. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do the bat for Grady because, like I said, I'll tell you this that it's Grady is us. It's you, Ian. It's me. It's Chris. Like you can't tell me that all of us wouldn't be like, woo, graboids and hunting.
I know he's me. Why do you think I hate him?
No, I understand. But this is one of my favorite things in the whole movie itself is that you spend the first half of the movie and Earl is this little like scared chihuahua. Like he's just like freaking out all the time. And Grady is like, this is awesome. This is great. And then there's this switch that happens halfway through when they find Pedro's arms. And Earl, like the PTSD almost makes him like, all right, we don't know what we're doing. Now we gotta fucking do it. Let's fucking
do flip. They do flip because that's when Grady gets.
Grady, oh my god!
Yeah.
And I think it's a great like story thing of like, oh, that would be the point that if we all did go down there and we'd have fun for the first half, and then when shit hit the fan, we wouldn't actually know what we're doing when we need to rely on the.
Well, I will say I do. I like the concept of him, and I get the idea, and I do understand how he works in that sense. I maybe just wish the performance was a little better.
So my one, if you don't like Grady as a character, watch Tremors the series, and there's my favorite character, maybe in the whole franchise, is Larry Norville, who I think is that idea of that kind of character done really well. It's played by Walsh. And it's this fanboy character that like comes to perfection. He's there for like 3 or 4 episodes and really proves himself, but is still like ultra nerdy and like just all of us would be. But I think Larry Norville is one of the best audience insert characters of just like all time. Like it's just like, yeah, I love that. So if you hate Grady, watch Tremors the series and tell me I'm wrong. That's my
I still gotta watch the series. I know, and I know that's a black eye on my Tremors fandom, but I'm gonna do it.
Just to go a little step further, it's Michael Gross's best performance as Burt Gummer. Like if you're not sure about his hamminess and campiness in 2 and 3, and then obviously 5, 6, and 7, Michael Gross in Tremors the series that's the definition of Burt Gummer. That's the example I point to. Like that's his best performance as Burt Gummer in those 13 episodes. So,
all right, well, I gotta watch that. Then I gotta watch that.
And you gotta watch
because I do love Michael Gross so much, man. Have you ever seen was it like 1 million BC or something? He's like,
I've seen previews for that. I really gotta watch that one. He gives it all. He doesn't care. He just fucking gives it all. So
I love it. He never just like phones it in. He always gives it his all, which I love. Yeah. All right. I just felt that Grady was trying too hard to be Val. Yeah. See, again, Chris, we're on the same wavelength there. Yeah. Yeah. I think was like a little too much, like trying. He also had big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that. Like it. Following up, freaking Kevin Bacon is a tough act to follow. So there is that too, right? There's like, yeah.
And I discussions with people that like, so once you can't have Kevin and Reba in the movie, that besides kind of just like sort of halfway rewriting the script with some more characters, then you should just go like, no, hold on. New characters, new thing, and just completely take, because I think the strongest point of the sequel is the graboids into shriekers. I think that's like one of the greatest turns. But take that and flip it, and like you almost get rid of Earl and Burt, and then focus on some other people, which is blasphemous. I understand to say, but it's I try to think about, like, I'm always like trying to take those puzzle pieces and listen to other people's ideas and like how, like, what I can't change the past, but if I have that decision now in the future, how do I like do that forward? And it's like, all right, the original script, we're not even going to try to rewrite it. Throw it, and we're just going to do a new one. Fucking new one.
Start from scratch again. But it worked though. It was still a good script in that. Yeah, totally agree, Levi. Larry was Grady done right. Okay, but when you first said Larry, I was like, please say Larry David. Please say Larry David. I want to see Larry David in the Tremors franchise.
Curb Your Perfection. Holy
Curb
shit.
Your Perfection.
Awesome.
No. Perfect your enthusiasm.
Oh my God. These are great. Coming quick and fast.
Oh man, that would be so amazing. So I can't walk on the ground. But so again, you say don't make noise, and like I can't use my electric shaver, but like look what my neighbor's doing right now. Like he's running his washing machine. You saying that's not attracting the graboids?
What am I doing that he's not doing? Come on. Don't grab him. All right, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to eat my pastrami and rye and just tired of this. I'm going to take a nap. You can't hear me while I'm taking a nap.
Fuck you, Larry. Take a long walk on the sand. Go on.
I would love that. That would be really good. Tremors 2.
Jacob Ironside, gotta go. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks as always. Really appreciate you viewing in. Thank you. Have a good one.
If you like this, I got my own show too.
Yes. Please check out Levi's show. It's the Tremors Saga. Yeah.
No, the show is Talking Tremors. It's done on
okay, the show's Talking Tremors. Sorry, show's Talking Tremors. That's right. All right.
Booyah. So
and Chris says goodbye to Jacob.
Bye, Jacob. Okay, so we were somewhere. We're
in Mexico. They're hunting the Tremors, which is a great montage.
Oh yeah.
I love the hunting montage. It's just beautiful. It's perfect. Yeah, and then And then you get the transformation, and I 100% agree with you. The transformation was a great change in the a good twist in the formula, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just the graboids again, and now you got the Shriekers, and the Shriekers design is great. I love the design of the Shriekers, and I believe like Phil Tippett Studios did have something to do with the special effects.
They did the CGI. They did the CGI.
They did the CGI. All right.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's Amalgamated Dynamics, which is Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr., who they did 1, 2, and 3 and created the main designs for Graboid Shriekers and Ass Blasters. And
the design is awesome. I love the design of the Shriekers.
Yeah,
they're great.
It's my favorite creature. Like, I know everybody goes to bat for Graboids, but something about Shriekers, like the bipedal and the heat vision and the it's cute and terrifying at the same time.
Pretty much chewing through my torso. The C-Zone, HBO's Perfect Your Enthusiasm.
Jesus Christ.
Larry gets in trouble for parking the bulldozer too far away.
What? You don't need the cat? You gotta have the cat. What are you gonna pull that in a tank?
Well, listen, we just because we live out in nowhere, we don't have to like act like it. Why do I gotta put vehicles in my yard?
Who's this guy coming in here with his guns all hours every hour? He's always shooting. I can't ever get a sleep.
It's a pretty big gun you got there.
This is good fodder. I love this. I might have to. I gotta make a meme or a short now with Larry David and Kurt. There's something there. I got something. It's ticking now. It's stuck up here.
I'm claiming the pretty big gun one. I'm gonna make that one. That one's coming up.
It's fine. There's something there. That's just ticking my trigger. It's like I know there's got to be a. Okay. You'll see it. I know what it is. We'll continue.
And then we pretty much get our last kill, which is Julio. So we only really get two. We get 3 graboid involved kills in this movie. If you include like, one graboid and 2 Shrieker kills.
Yep, first.
Yeah, that we actually see. Yeah,
like Julio's that actor, like, and they even did a thing where like they told him that they were gonna. It's the Hans Gruber on 3 thing where like, we're gonna go on 3, and they went on 2. So it's him like acting did that, and Helen Shaver's face, like her, like they're both just selling this moment of just like going on here. I absolutely love that. Like it's one of a great piece of horror in it, which is few in that movie. There's about 2 really like these are horrific moments. The rest is more comedy.
Probably my favorite moment in the movie though is just when they've lost communication and Burt's driving around, better return back to base, and he's looking at his map and he's here dunk on the hood, puts it down. There's all the Shriekers around him. I love that.
Oh man, that is so.
And of course, that leads to his most classic line.
Yeah.
I feel I was denied some need to know information.
People are always like, "Oh, I'd love to see the scene where he has the shootout." The drop the first wave with semi-auto fire, but it just kept coming. And they're like, "Oh, I'd love to see that scene." And it's like, no, because that moment where he like it cuts to black and we don't know what happens to Burt is one of those great, like, he could be dead in that moment of tension. And then for him to come back down the hill again, and I love like Grady's like, "Hey, they didn't get him," and then Earl's just, "I think they did get him."
I think they did get him. Yes. Yeah. Oh man, it's so great. And that's when they do their research and they're doing the broom, and that's what I always love about these movies is how they do make the animals pretty functional, and it's like how they're infrared vision. I really like that, and I I still stand by my claim that A Quiet Place kind of ripped off their animal design
Cool.
with the shriekers.
Man, I need to talk to John Krasinski and those Quiet Place people and be like, hey, why isn't Michael Gross in your movie? Okay, you gotta fucking like, come on here, man. Just a cameo. There's two places I feel like Michael Gross has needed a cameo. One is A Quiet Place, and two is Dune. That Michael Gross didn't
Dune, yes.
Emperor in Dune makes me so upset. It's right there, man. Come on.
Oh, man. I'll tell you who Michael Gross should have been in Dune. He should have been Gertie.
Oh, yeah. I love Josh Brolin too, but man,
I love Josh Brolin, but man,
Alex,
he would have great as Gertie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Come on,
and for no reason at all, he still has his Atlanta Hawks hat in the Dune universe.
Earth does exist in that timeline, so that could just be like a relic. It's just an ancient relic from times past, like the Orange Catholic Bible. It's Burt's.
Yeah, exactly. Someone asked him, "What is that on your head? What does it mean?" I don't know. All I know is it means something special to someone.
It's from an ancient meme, Atlanta Hawks Tua.
Yes. Oh God, put him.
I mean, come on, Hawks Tua.
Hawk Tua. Man, now there's a dream girl. I'm telling you right now.
So I finally watched that video and I understand the meme. It's like, you know what? That is funny. She deserves every fucking meme that's ever been made about her. That thing just come up and spit on it, just like Hawk Tua.
You gotta give that thing the Hawk Tua. I'm like, my God, I hope she's single. Can I contact her? I'm married though. Dang.
He didn't mean that. Ian's wife. Don't listen to this.
Don't worry, kids. I ain't leaving you for no Hawk Tua.
He's not in the car because he's trying to come to America. It's just part of the facade that we're doing here.
Yeah. It's part of the green card issue.
So Julio dies. Burt comes back. One of the best lines in the series. Well, it's both. It's the "I am completely out of ammo" and then critical information. And then now they're infraredding. And I always love because you're talking about practical effects. One of my favorite moments of practical effects is how Shriekers. If you're watching this for the first time and you have no idea what fucking Tremors 2 is and how graboids and Shriekers work, I'm going to tell you. Like how when they Shriekers eat enough and then they birth a new one. I love that they just made the cage bigger to film.
Oh yeah.
Like they just made a bigger cage so they had their regular puppet and it looked like it was a smaller, babier version. And I'm like, damn, that's
hilarious. That's like filmmaking, baby. That's filmmaking. It's like, it's cheaper to build a big cage than to make a small Shrieker. So let's just make a big cage.
That's fucking beautiful, man.
It's awesome. And then my favorite moment of the movie is when Burt gets his big gun and they're trying to get to the last remaining working vehicle and he blasts the thing away. Boom. And when that thing fires, I love seeing the shockwave coming from and dust flies off everything around him, blows the Shrieker apart, and they just follow the bullet hole through the wall, through the barrels, through everything right into the truck's engine. How could I have known? I love that.
Oh, it's such a
yeah.
And that's I think this one, it leans harder into the comedy because it's trying to be meta and
yeah, it's all gonna be
5 minutes to happen. But
we're gonna blur out the lips.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But that is such a great, holy shit. You had one bullet and he was like, I want to do this. It's gonna be epic and awesome. And it is epic and awesome. And then you're like,
yes.
Oh, holy fucking shit. That thing literally went through everything and then broke the truck. What world are we living in? This is beautiful. And it's it's the reality of the situation in terms of, and Four does a great one with it too, with the punt gun. When he
I love the punt gun. Yeah.
Fires and you missed with a cannon.
You missed with a cannon. And then he gets the second shot though, and then it just blows right through it. Oh, it's so awesome.
That's exactly how that would go, isn't it? That's not.
Yeah.
I love guns too. I think guns are fun, and I mean, America might have a little bit of a problem with them currently, but I think in the right hands and all that, and just to see no, this is the reality of the situation here. You can't. This is a cool fucking Grizzly FMBMG 50 caliber with the bullets custom cast from solid bronze. It still didn't do it.
Yes. Oh man. No, it's
leads into my favorite moment of the whole movie, which is, and this is what I think is like the idea of Tremors to a T. It's people in a situation being afraid of being eaten, and it's that family dynamic, that thing that happens where like everybody starts arguing about shit. One of my favorites in the first movie is like when they're on the rock and Burt and Val start arguing. Like it's like
yeah, that's a great sequence. Yeah.
I wish you had feelings, and they're fucking going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like there's
if I don't kill him, I don't. If those graboids don't kill him, I will.
Oh yeah. and then the separate wives, both of them like calling.
Oh man, I know. He thinks he knows everything. I love. He thinks he knows everything. That's like such.
She improvised that line. That moment is like a Reba improvisation. Like that's all her, and it's.
I'll tell you right now. That's 100% what a wife says to her husband. I know. He thinks he knows everything.
Just let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Yes. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. But then, I saw my mom doing that with my dad, and now it happens to me.
Caitlin's done that to me a couple of times. Just how that works. But there's this moment that I think is like the best part of Tremors 2, which is they're all on the bunker, and Burt's down in the fucking skid loader like this, and it's just
yes, the tongue's flopping around trying to taste for him.
You can't help but comment, and then they're like bickering. Nobody asked you to come, Burt, and it's just like finally like the one level head in the situation. Please, like they know we're here, and they'll come and get us. Can we just shut the fuck up for 2 hours? We'll be okay. And it's just that familyness dynamic that I think sets Tremors apart from other monster movies. You feel for them,
and every character also helps in the situation. Every character has a moment where they have they think on their feet, and they have a good idea and they try it out. Yeah, and I'll always love that where it's like it's not just like one hero. It's like everyone working together. They save each other all the time.
Even Grady at the end, like right near the end, when they're coming up with the fire extinguisher bit, and he's like, "No, do me. I'm the one that got us all into this."
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're goddamn right that you did. So good way to take it, like responsibility for this. But then Earl, like in that moment too, of like, no, rock rips through paper. How have you never played this game?
I thought paper, and afterwards he's just thinking about it with Burt. I thought, doesn't paper wrap rock? Paper always wraps rock. I love that.
Just duh, man. We just let it go because we thought you're stupid. But really?
Yeah.
But everybody has a good moment of heroicism in it. And I appreciate that. Everybody brings something into the table.
And then the movie ends with a spectacular explosion. Oh my God. Boom! And again, you can see the shockwave. It's radiating out. Oh, it's gorgeous.
But it's a good miniature, man. Like, fucking.
Yeah.
And that's actually.
Oh, yeah, no. It's a convincing miniature. It's wonderful.
And it's I love the character moment between, like, Earl and Burt right before. So what'd you do? Oh, I didn't know what to do, so I just threw a bomb in your truck. You what?
What? Yes.
That's 2.5 times.
We got Cannoli Sasquatches here. Hello.
And then he grabbed him. You saying it's not enough? Dear God, Burt, don't tell me it's not enough.
No, just never mind. Just run. Just keep running. And I love how they hide behind like the first wall. They find no. Keep going. because it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be today.
Yeah. Oh man, and that
Yes, and it's like, oh, just that, like, it's you sell character moments as that show don't tell thing of like, holy shit, Burt he's not stopping the running, and then even like she asked like, is he for real? And Burt knows his bombs.
Burt knows his bombs. You better keep going. Yeah, and it's a great way to end the film. It works out perfect, and they don't linger long after that. It's just like pretty much just like 2 shots of them, a little bit of banter. Camera comes up, we're cut to credits. Again, this movie was definitely tight on the run, like perfect on the runtime. There's no excess fat on it, which is like really nice compared to a lot of films today, where it's like just, and it's precise, and I was gonna say it's precise, which is really nice. It's a tightly written script. Oh man, and here is my favorite part of the show, which is the RIPs, the rest in peace. Are you ready?
No.
And let's go. Man, he better keep quiet. Yep. We're dead.
Like, share, subscribe.
Did you hear that?
Was that the?
Yeah.
You asking? Did I hear? Yes, I did. Wait, what?
Oh man. So no, don't worry, we're still here. We're still here. I'm down to 30% battery though. So
Okay.
That's so
Pick it up. Let's go.
So what we're gonna transition into now? So what is your final? Because I'm also gonna show a bad movie trailer, which is tradition here.
Yeah.
What is your final rating for Tremors 2? Out of 10 or out of 100 or whatever system you use.
Fuck you, man.
So again, I've been moved up to 6.8. I was at 6.4 before my last viewing. Now I'm up to 6.8. It's an official 7.
I gotta go 8.
The saddest death is the truck.
Honestly, graboid 11 or 12, whatever. That was fucking brilliant. I would say 8. And you know what? 8.5, just that way I can be a little bit different than yours rather than just one up. But I'll give it an 8.25. Keep that average right there. Just like that's, I think it's a solid B movie in terms of that. And
for a B film, it's an A+.
Yeah.
Like for the budget they had and for like direct to video, A+. Like it's yeah.
But 8.25. I would
8.25. All right. So we got 6.8 and 8.25. So if you've never seen Tremors 2, I highly recommend that you watch it.
Please do.
Because
Tremors,
like also I want people to know, like, on my rating system, I'm not someone who throws out 10s a lot. It's very rare for something to get a 9 or a 10. So pretty much anything that gets a 6 and above is a good movie and something you should watch in my books. Even a 5 is often worth a watch in my books, in my rating system. So just
I'm not a bad sci-fi movies, Sci-Fi Channel original movies, but a 5 is, whew, some of those 5s are still pretty good.
Oh no, don't worry. When things get so, I love bad movies, like a good bad movie, but that becomes like an inverse negative scale. So that changes. Yeah, when movies start becoming a -5 and a -6, then they are really worth watching again.
Yeah, it's so good. So
talking about a good -5 or -6, have you seen Troll 2? Dun, dun, dun.
And then they're gonna eat me.
Yes. Oh my God. This is one of my favorite ultimate bad movies. And I thought, since we're doing sequels, what's a good bad sequel? A sequel that actually has absolutely nothing to do with the first film itself, which is hilarious.
1 was not enough.
Oh man, no, it's funny because like there was Troll 1, which is like a legit B movie, and then Troll 2. I'm trying to remember. I got the director's name here. He's an Italian guy. So yeah. Claudio Fragasso.
Fragasso.
Yes, Claudio Fragasso, and he is just a beautiful, like my mama's meatballs. After she drops them in the dirt. And it literally is just called Troll 2 to ape off the existence of the first movie. It has no connection at all, like thematically, visually, story, character, no connection. It is, yeah. They just called it Troll 2 because Troll 1 existed.
Oh my God, $100,000 on the budget. That's, man. Whew.
Yep. And I believe it was filmed in Utah. So we're sticking with like kind of the drier desert themed areas. And it has, of course, what, Levi, do you remember what is monster in Japanese?
Oh, Kaibutsu!
That's right, Kaibutsu. Yes, the trolls, they are monsters. So yeah, and it's just a bizarrely fun movie. I'm not sure which one is the original poster. This one or this one?
Oh, I like the other. That's just stupid. Go back to the really campy one.
There we go.
That displays how dumb it's got to be. Right there.
This one, yeah. That's how special this movie is. It's a very, very special movie.
That's a certain R word we just don't use anymore, right there. Yes,
but we can still give a wink.
It's a bit of a mentally handicapped movie, right there. We'll just say that.
It's a differently filmed movie.
Or, as I've been want to say, I can only say it in this accent because of Mad Max. But man, that movie looks like you're chatted.
Yes, there we go. Yes. As long as you say an Aussie accent, you're safe.
And I'm fine. I can't do it in American, but I can say it in Australian.
Yep. Or we'll do it. It's a retardio.
Oh God. I have more jokes. Please stop me. I'm gonna.
Yes, I know. Yes.
No, I want to. Nope. Go. Play the trailer. Play the trailer before.
Troll 2. It says Troll 2, despite the poster obviously having 4 trolls.
Why? Because of whatever troll thing is up.
Whatever's
there.
up in the sky there. I think that's supposed to be the grandpa. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We're gonna here. Let's get it. Let's get this up here. All right. Share screen. And I'm gonna talk my way through. I do this because I hate dead air. God damn it.
Oh, if you've been on my show, you know I have to literally, like, if I'm writing something like this.
Oh yeah.
Thing I'm writing because I can't not write and think at the same time. These are functions. Beep boop. Hello. We talk about Tremors.
There we go.
Here we go.
All right. It's on Blu-ray, everyone. If you want this masterpiece and it's all of its glory. All right. Here we go.
Peace. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. Buy this.
Whoa. Oh my God. I want to go back there because you know who that reminds me of? Not the kid, the troll. This troll here. Who's the oh man, what's the CNN political pundit guy? He kind of looks like this guy. He's bald. Yeah.
Blitzer.
Yeah, Blitzer, right? Yeah,
I see it.
You see it? Because I see it.
At 100%, I see it.
You're late. Sorry, we had a small mishap.
Here are the keys. Here are ours.
You know, it was funny is to me this so far, this looks like a natural people that you find in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, nothing strange about this film.
I've been to Mormon land. I know.
Nice stay in Milwaukee.
Yep.
And you in our city.
You're telling the same.
Oh, so this woman here, I'm not sure if you've ever seen. It's called like Best Worst Movie. I think it's like a documentary about kind of reuniting with the people that were in this film.
Oh,
and it's a little freaky because this woman is like legit crazy. They only go to her house for like 1 minute to talk to her, and she's like saying how like she hears noises coming from outside, and she's like, and it's like woo woo. She has like all these weird sounds, and everyone's like, huh. How about that?
Don't mind us. We got other places to be. You look busy. Don't. We're just gonna.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Thanks for being on our show. We got to go now. Which is like pretty much what they did. It's great, and I love that they kept it in the movie.
Story, Josh.
Red rum.
Powers of evil are very strong here. I must leave.
Grandpa, you left the four-way flashers on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Goblins don't exist. Goblins don't exist.
And remember.
Oh my god, it's a young Bill Gates.
It's him. It's the man from the meme.
It's him. Yes. That's how everyone. For all you people under the age of 30, he is the man from the meme. And actually, for most people over 30, he is the man from the meme. Because honestly, how many people have watched this? Yeah. Oh, man. But I tell you, if you haven't seen it, you got to watch it because this is a beautiful film. Just in case you forgot the title, here it is again.
They're eating her.
Yeah.
They're going to eat me.
Oh, but they didn't give us the oh my god.
I was waiting.
You wait for it, man. This is Troll 2 blue balls, I tell you. Or green balls, I should say in this case.
Oh god damn it.
Mormons. Oh, it's called Troll 2? I didn't know that.
Wow.
I'm so dizzy.
Kids with a sweet tooth like her.
You know, I love a movie trailer that says absolutely nothing about the movie.
You know what? I was gonna make that comment. Like, I am so confused about like besides knowing the movie's about trolls, I have zero idea what it.
I know you're like, all right. There's like little monster things, and I guess, and like, all right, stuff's happening. Something with plants.
Yeah, the plant person. I have questions that aren't.
Ice cream.
I have questions.
Delicious.
Oh, it looks so disgusting. Ooh, baby. Justin Trudeau. Grandpa's having. So the grandpa's a ghost in here, but looks like he's having like an afterlife heart attack too.
That's a shitty afterlife that you're still having heart attacks. So.
You still having heart attacks. You still gotta watch your cholesterol.
Fuck that.
Sam Raimi there. Oh, it's called Troll 2.
In case we didn't know.
In case you didn't know, it's Troll 2. Now, did everyone get the name of the film there? Like, it's a little... You blink and you'll miss it, the title.
Yeah, that was Tremors 2 Aftershocks, right? We were watching the trailer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, or maybe it was Terminator 2. Oh, man, I can't...
They both got
remember now.
In it, T's and T's, baby. Holy shit! I have never.
Oh my god!
That left me more confused. Oh, like what the fuck was that movie? And
that's like
what the fuck?
I can see the trailer house that made that marketing. Like, listen, this is what you do. You confuse them. You confuse them so much that they got to see it. That's our new marketing strategy. They watch that and they say, "What I see? Did I have an aneurysm? What was that?" No. Then they're coming back.
Oh, I almost had a stroke, but I need to go see what made me have a stroke. What the?
I need some clarity on this. Damn it! I can't live like this.
I love information and I love learning things, but that's like I'm so confused, and I don't think I want to be less confused. I think I just want to leave that world of confusion over there, and that's fine. I now understand why that might be one of the worst movies of all time.
Just leave that in its own pile. Listen, because once you start disturbing that pile, it stinks.
I'm good. So how do we wrap up now? What the fuck? I'm now like
I'm just gonna wrap up by saying we got T2 and T2.
I'm gonna change my rating 8.5 for Tremors 2.
I guess Tremors 2 is 11 out of 10 after you watch Troll 2. Yeah, no. These are a good comparison because they're both B movies, low budget movies. Tremors 2 shows you how you can make a good movie on a low budget, and Troll 2 shows you how you can make a terrible movie on a low budget.
Give me $100,000 to make a movie, and I promise you, it won't be Troll 2.
That's always been my dream. It's like, give me $100,000. I'll show you what I can do.
Dude,
yeah.
I would give you $100,000 for a movie in an instant. I love your home movie. I think that was fucking great, man. God,
first place I'd be going is the desert.
That thing with the train is just one of those sequences that just this is stupid, and it's just a miniature train. I fucking love this. This is the exploding high rise. No, you did. I would give you $100,000, and you know what? We're gonna $100,000. And you're gonna remake Troll 2. Ready, go. What do you?
Yeah. You know what? There we go. That is a classroom assignment for film school. Remake Troll 2.
That would actually be a good contest. Like, here's $100,000. Take the same concept or script for Troll 2 and try to make a better movie.
Yeah, and everyone passes. Everyone wins.
Oh, I mean, wouldn't take much.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's true. There are some pretty inept film students out there.
Wow, that was bad. Holy shit! I'm just.
If you haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it. It is really funny, but do not for your own health and sanity. Do not watch sober.
I would watch. That was literally what I was gonna say next. Was just like that is a movie that requires drugs or alcohol of some kind, man. Yes. Holy.
Trust me. Watching it sober just hurts. Watching it liquored up is a great fun time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have an appreciation for film. Holy shit. Wow. That was.
All right. Well, it is time to wrap up now. But first, tell everyone what you're working on. And I want to hear about your next Tremor movie. You're making another Tremor movie, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I have I love Shriekers. Like I said, Shriekers are my favorite. Yeah. And I want to do one that's just Shriekers, and it's basically the concept is that after the last movie that we made, the people in town didn't do anything about the graboid problem as much as they would, and they've now metamorphosed into shriekers. And it's literally, I don't want a cold open or anything. I want it to literally start with us being chased by shriekers, and then the whole 45 minutes to an hour is just fighting shriekers in a barn. Like, that's it. Like, that's 100%. It's just this quick. And there's an episode of the TV show called Night of the Shriekers that it's not that, but there's like half of it that they're in Burt's bunker fighting shriekers, and it's just fucking super fast paced. It's one of my favorite episodes. And so I got to base, my hardest part is I have everything scripted. I just need to build a shrieker, which is a lot harder than pretending a graboid and everything under the ground.
Yeah.
But once I get that, then everybody's ready. Everybody wants to do it and is in on it. So I think it'll be called Tremors Silent Song. That's where I'm at for a title for it right now.
Nice title. Yeah. And when is your planned filming time? Like, when do you think you'll be done?
Oh, soon. Honestly, I would love to, like, summertime, because
I
already did one in fall. I did one in springish time. I'd love to do one in summer, and I'm just like I gotta build my one obstacle right now is physically building a fucking shrieker out of and I have a good idea to use a plastic bucket, and I'm gonna cut the bucket and use a heat gun to melt it, and then form jaws, and then take bits of like old balls, like old stretchy balls, skin on it, and then use foam from pool noodles and stuff.
Like those old like soft footballs, like the old those would be good ones. The color matches too.
A beach ball with that kind of slimy skin on it, and then rough it up with the texture. Just like I said, I love that this is just an old football, which you can literally see.
Yes.
But just roughing it up a little bit and doing that. So that's my. Cool. Once I can build the shrieker, that's where I'm at. And I gotta say, because we were talking about having the rights back to Tremors. So Steve S. Wilson, who I have a correspondence with, and been like talking for like 3 years now, because I'm the reason they're getting Tremors back. I'm not even if it wasn't me being a crazy person and like getting a lawyer to go to them, it wouldn't be happening. And I sent him the last movie we made, which if you're watching this, check out the Tremors movie I made with my friends and family. It's called Tremors Hunting Ground.
Yeah, if you love good fun homemade movies, it's good fun. I love it. I like, and trust me, I made lots of homemade movies too, and I love just the fun of making them. And yeah,
you just got friends. Like, that's why I really want to do another one, just like because all my friends are like, let's make it. Let's do another one. Yeah. Fun. It's like that's the biggest thing. Like the end product is like is whatever. And I actually had the guy that wrote the book on Tremors, Jonathan Melville. I asked him like when I interviewed him, and he was like, No, it's really it was really good fun. Like my biggest takeaway is a very tongue in cheek when it needed to be serious, but it was a lot of good fun. And I started crying because I was like, I just wanted it to be fun, and he made my heart feel beautiful. But I sent it to Steve, and he finally just got back to me like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh, I watched it," and his first line was, "Quite a production." And then like through, it was like the lot of fun with the city council people. They were great. My other actor, Justin, he was like, I thought Justin had a really nice natural quality to it. The thing with the ring was a really great touch at the beginning, and her dying. And he didn't see because he really loved this. Like he didn't see the baby graboids coming. Like he loved that as a concept of like, oh shit! Now there's a whole bunch of them coming out of nowhere. Like you didn't see it coming, and
you know, my favorite part was the pumpkin guts. I love the use of the pumpkin guts.
I tell everyone that. Like that's
that's clever. I like that.
When they're throwing the guts on us, like
I
used way too much footage in the edit bay because I didn't care. This is ridiculous. But Steve's favorite line was, "Well, at least I brought shoes." I was like, yeah, I don't wear shoes ever. So even the guy that made Tremors really liked it and thought it was good. So
is there any way you could ever send him? Please send him my directed by Denis Villeneuve cartoon.
Oh,
could you send that to him? I would love for him to watch that.
Well, I will.
I would be if the creator of Tremors watched that, I'd be so happy.
Oh yes. Oh my god, yes. And I was because he loves. I got a couple other. Oh my god! Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I will, and I'll make sure to let you know what he thinks of it because I know he'll get
awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna make a sequel. We're working on Tremors Fest this year, although that is really iffy and weird. And honestly, I'm trying to move it away from the George R. R. Martin Tremors Fest, which is this year, and I really want to do a third annual fest for the 35th anniversary out in Lone Pine, which is where Tremors was made and created. And everybody's really into that and interested in that. I've been talking to the museum guy, and so
would that be next year then, 35th?
Next year, yes. There's the current one, which is in October, but then I'm trying to work on. Always when you're planning events, you got to think ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna make it my duty to make it to next year's because I can't come to North America this year, unfortunately, just because of money and work schedule. But next year, I'm going to be there in the summer. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it because I haven't done any fan stuff or any franchise or gone to any events ever since I moved to Japan. And I was like, I gotta do something. So I'm gonna make that a point next year. If there's a 35th anniversary Tremors Fest, my goodness.
And I have literally talked to everyone involved with Tremors except for Kevin Bacon, although I'm working on him this month because of the pilot. And everybody, I've been having a lot of laughs with people behind the scenes and doing stuff. And I have an episode of my show that's actually a two-parter that I talked to the set dresser for Tremors 1 and Tremors 2, Mike Malone, who has actually worked a lot with Steven Soderbergh. Fantastic guy, had a lot of great stories. So I got another couple of interviews coming up. He says that all the girls on Tremors thought that Fred Ward's hands were the sexiest thing about him. That's my weird.
Not his hair, not his glorious hair.
No, his hands. And him and I kept laughing because we're like, the women and his hands. There's only a couple of things they can be talking about with his hands.
Oh my goodness! Oh geez! Woo! It's time to put the red band on this on this here stream.
So I got a lot of that, and I got Charlotte Stewart coming on the show, and Gail Ann Hurd and Finn Carter will be on the show in the future, and Tom Woodruff Jr. Which the show that I'm talking about is Talking Tremors, which is my own Tremors podcast. We're almost up to episode 60. I'll be doing a live episode tonight if you want to. People might hate me for it, but the name of the title tonight is Perfection is an LGBTQI plus friendly place. And I'm just gonna smash the buttons in terms of there's gonna be a little tongue in cheek, and I'm going to town. It's the end of the Pride Month special. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do this. Woo! I don't care.
Hey,
I just need to.
You know what I appreciate about you though? You say though that everyone is still welcome and everyone can watch. Even people that disagree, come, welcome, and that's why I like you so much.
And actually, that's where I have done. I did an episode once called "Is Tremors Queer?" Tremors was woke. Graboids don't kill people, guns do. And so it's I go there, but it's always with hey, why I consider Tremors woke in this aspect is that it is a town of people with diversities that are all coming together and setting aside their differences and working together. And I think and that's why I named the title that to kind of just bring people in as haters, but then be look.
And then I'd come in there, not as a hater, but as a challenger.
Yes.
Because for me, progress, and this is kind of funny. This kind of shows how there can be so many different definitions for one word. Because for me, woke and progress are two completely different things. For me, progress is what Tremors is what Alien franchise is what lots of stuff is, which is legit diversity, legit inclusion and stuff, right? And for me, woke is the grifting, the fake diversity, the commodification of it, and it actually becomes exclusive, which is kind of weird.
And I have to say, I think the word woke is just one of the stupidest fucking words. I always use this as does anybody understand what this word actually means, or is this just it's this word that's shifting definition. Like we can put it to anything that we want to. Like
it's kind of on both sides of the argument. It's become kind of like a nebulous anything.
That's the magic of language too, is that words change, and I'm like, this word can mean so many things, and I don't think it means what anybody else thinks it means.
In its original use, like a long time ago, it had that was when it had its real meaning. And the last 10 years or so, it's been like used so much and stuff. But I think now, just my own personal definition, I just kind of use it where I'm like, okay, I don't like using it on my own shows or videos anyway, even when I do critique modern entertainment and stuff, because I'm like, that's too much of a crutch word kind of almost feeling, right? Where it's like, I want to be more, I want to define, right, my feelings more on something, right? And treat everything by case basis. I would say it's kind of like, for me, it's like, it wears the mask of it's not. It's like it's the checkbox system, which I don't like. It's like that. It's like this type of stuff. Like we have to have this. I'm like, no, that's not cool. That's like, I don't like using people as a commodity. And
that's what I always. I've heard this from actually Steve. Like Steve Wilson talks about this a lot. Like marketing departments. There was a shift in like the 90s, like 2000s to 90s, that like marketing and advertising departments began running Hollywood, and then that's where we get and that's
where it gets bastardized. And like,
how do we like make sure everybody watches this because it has to like tick boxes and stuff instead of being organic? And that's where, like, that's where I say my definition of woke is to be like, what the fuck does this fucking mean? I don't fucking care.
The best meme I saw for it was, it's like Disney was better at diversity before they were trying, and it shows like all their diverse princesses from before the marketing team took over, and then it shows it now, and it's like, oh, and like Mulan, the new Mulan remake was awful, and this was bad, and it's like when they started trying, it got bad, but before then, when it was just natural, it was like the world loved it, right? Like I've done a video of that in Japan where it's like they love old Disney. They don't like the pandering new Disney. They like old Disney.
And that's Japan. Where Tremors like was woke. Like it's like I used it as a past tense. Because Tremors is a great example of that. Like this is
I love it. And the fourth one too. Like to me, it's like I was like, and it's not, and it doesn't elevate anyone by putting other people down either, right? Which I love. I'm like everyone, like we said, and it's not just the diverse of ethnicities, it's also opinions and lifestyles, right? And I'm like, oh, it's so awesome.
That's where also Tremors the series does the same thing. It's that was wokeness of like, no, these are good characters, and the way that they live in this world, they're allowed to be who they want, like different things to occupy. Because if we were all the same, if we were all Burt Gummer, it'd be a boring world. You know, you got like differing opinions. So
diversity is the spice of life, and that's why I hate modern echo chamber life. I'm like, oh man, I love talking like you're on my show, and I've had other people on my show that are the complete opposite of you, and I love it because I'm like, and I'm friends with all of you.
Yeah,
right. And that's how
I love people coming onto my show, and in those episodes that I said that have been live shows. And people like, it's not disagreeing, but challenging. That's always like, well, hey, but that's what I like. And there's like, okay, cool. Let's have a conversation about this. And like, let's like exchange these ideas here. And like, hey, you got a good point. Oh, okay, cool. Well, here's my good point. Well, okay, that wasn't a good enough point. And like the volleying back and forth. So I would love for you to come and tell me how fucking stupid and wrong I am.
I'm gonna come on that show and I'm gonna rough you up some, son.
What's up, bitches? I'll be doing that tonight about 2 hours from now because I wanted to test myself and see if I could do it.
All right, and we got Talking Tremors is amazing right here. We got a nice shout out for you right here. Such great energy and fun. If you don't smile during Levi's show, you yes. And I love whenever olives are involved. My Italian blood smiles. Yes.
Hold on.
All right.
I've done enough impressions. I owe like.
I got 11% battery. Eat the olives. There we go. Yeah, you did it on my show.
Yeah, and I got the jalapenos too. And I'm gonna have blue stuffed olives for later. So there's gonna be some special.
I just got the low battery warning. It may cut out any moment. So folks, I just want to say I won't have another live stream for not next weekend, the weekend after, but the weekend after that, because I do have a busy streak coming up the next couple weeks. It's not decided yet, and I am working on several comedy skits and more reviews to come out soon. Thank you again, Levi Dillon, for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Very nice. Thank you. Oh, give Burt Gummer a round of applause. All right, very nice. And
subscribe. You.
And remember, make sure you watch Tremors 2, and if you're liquored up, follow it up with Troll 2.
Oh, don't watch Troll 2. This is Burt Gummer saying don't watch Troll fucking 2.
All right, thank you very much. Any last comments from the chat? We got yes, Chris, nice meeting you as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you watch again. Yes, check out Ian's show. Everybody, I love Ian. I love your opinion. I love everything you do. You have a great channel. Thank you so much for being a. Thank you. Always welcome. Thanks for being here. All right. So see you next time.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
Did you hear that?
Are we still going? I don't know. Oh my God.